Welcome to Market Insights. Colour toner is a big issue for everyone in the supply chain, from consumers to retailers, distributors, as well as manufacturers. My guest today is Graham Galliford. Hello, I'm David Gibbons. Thanks for joining us. My guest has been eating, breathing, and dealing with toners for decades. He was one of the first to experiment with putting Canon toner into an empty laser printer cartridge some 40 plus years ago. Hi there, Graham Galliford.
Hi, David. Yeah, it's a really long time, and I think I've got toner in my blood.
As a result.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're so well positioned to answer questions here today. I think most people will be surprised just how few manufacturers of toners there are in the world. I mean, how many are there?
Well, there are 75 toner manufacturers operating worldwide, and they're manufacturing toner in 103 different toner plants. But only 36 of those are actually manufacturing colored toner.
Oh, that's interesting. So which countries are there toner manufacturers?
There are actually toner manufacturing plants in 19 countries worldwide, in Belgium, Brazil, Canada, in China, mainland and Taiwan, France, Germany, India, Iran, Ireland, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, the Netherlands, Russia, Spain, Thailand, Turkey, the UK, and also in the USA.
And I guess you visited them all. No, but certainly many of them, right?
Many of them, yes. Operating globally, I've had the opportunity to visit most of them.
Wow. Now, we all can understand how colour toner is different to monochrome, but just how different are they really?
They're very different. In fact, developing toner for a color print engine needs much more work. It needs 4 separate development programs, one for each color, because the difference between each toner doesn't just involve changing the pigment. It involves changing the formulation and the specification. You know, colored pigments differ considerably from each other in chemistry and in physical form, and they differ very much from carbon black that's used in black toners. The chemistry of colored pigments determines the electronics nature of the toner in which they're used, and this affects the triboelectric performance of the toners. So adjustment of the formulations is needed to make a 4-color set to be compatible and complementary to achieve correct color printing performance. In addition to this, the physical attributes of the pigment determine the melt rheology of the toners themselves. And this affects the way in which they fix and fuse, and they fix and fuse together as a 4-color set on a print. So they have to match each other carefully. In addition, the toner and its development characteristics are used in the machine itself to control the set points of toner development voltage and so on in order to create faithful color rendition.
And on the basis of that, I assume that no one manufacturer of toner can actually make toner that works in every printer cartridge for every printer in the world. They have to focus then very much on the devices they're responsible for, the printer OEMs in particular. Can you comment on that?
The manufacturers differ from one to another in the type of manufacturing equipment they have, the processes and their capabilities. They also differ in the materials and the suppliers of materials they have available to them. And this is really controlled by their geography and their market position. They differ also in the degree of commitment they have in terms of investment in research and development, and also in the toner plant itself, because for best manufacturing, a different manufacturing set of equipment is required for each color. Yeah, you can get away with one set of equipment, but the best way is with a different set of equipment for each color, which makes operation much more efficient.
Now, some companies, and let's take G&G as an example, based in China, don't actually manufacture toner themselves, but they claim that they can be a colour specialist. So how does that work?
Well, even though G&G doesn't manufacture coloured toner powder itself, the capability and competency to be able to be a colour cartridge specialist requires a significant investment in R&D and production. To be a colour specialist company like G&G requires investment in technical experience and knowledge concerning the integration of components and materials to develop those colored toner cartridges. Part of this experience and knowledge is the ability to test and understand materials such as toners, not only in physical and electrical properties, but in compatibility with the other components in the cartridge itself. And that controls the print engine function. Using world-class testing protocols also helps, because if you use those protocols such as ASTM, DIN, ISO, and CIE, you can actually make the best and most reliable colored toner cartridge products. With broad access to quality manufacturers of toner and all the related components, combined with that experience and knowledge and understanding of all the components and the print engine systems, companies like G&G can develop color toner cartridges with precisely matched components to give a great color guaranteed.
Thank you, Graham. My guest has been Graham Galliford. Thanks, Graham.
Thank you, David. It's been a pleasure.